hard for us to know who are the go. If, for example, Uruwei is onto something, there is somebody, again, along with the corruption thing again, there is somebody who it is not convenient to follow that. So they're going to fight against you because they want to align themselves with somebody who they are benefiting from. So one of the things that we have to do as a people is to learn to be selfless in our efforts at achieving total goals for our people. We tend to be very individualistic.
Dollar for dollar, the best port, natural port in the country is right here at Bight, and something has to be done for the people of Dangriga to benefit more from that port.
We leave the doors to our communities wide open to exploitation, wide open to neglect, wide open to disrespect, expecting that somebody will come and do what needs to be done for us.
Bight, that's one of our biggest issues as far as economically in downtown. The problem is that those people in high offices in this country, they are not accountable to us. Everybody the hustle, guess who not the hustle? We. It's like a communist system where you keep the vast majority of people poor, so they always want.
It's so hard for us to know who are the go. If, for example, Uruwei is onto something, there is somebody, again, along with the corruption thing again, there is somebody who it is not convenient to follow that. So they're going to fight against you because they want to align themselves with somebody who they are benefiting from. So one of the things that we have to do as a people is to learn to be selfless in our efforts at achieving total goals for our people. We tend to be very individualistic.
Dollar for dollar, the best port, natural port in the country is right here at Bight, and something has to be done for the people of Dangriga to benefit more from that port.
We leave the doors to our communities wide open to exploitation, wide open to neglect, wide open to disrespect, expecting that somebody will come and do what needs to be done for us.
Bight, that's one of our biggest issues as far as economically in downtown. The problem is that those people in high offices in this country, they are not accountable to us. Everybody the hustle, guess who not the hustle? We. It's like a communist system where you keep the vast majority of people poor, so they always want.
This sounds like one of two things. This is one dead race project, or there are people involved in this project the government doesn't want us to know. No. Funders' rights, because in this agreement have a thing what they call funders. I don't know, Madam President, me only got a nations. Funders. Like, you just say the person where they fund this thing. The funders in this case, Madam President, will have what is called step-in rights. So if for some reason this money is borrowed by this company, and whether they can't pay it back or pretend to can't pay it back or were not able to pay it back in the first place, because that was maybe a part of the plan, the funders step in and take over the project. No, right now, we're in the National Assembly of this country. We're in the National Assembly of a sovereign nation, trying to decide whether or not we will approve this bill, and we don't know who these funders are. We don't know who. If the current developer cannot fulfill his obligations to the funders, will come and take over our port. That is dangerous. There are people funding this person who are in the wings waiting that if he fails, they step in. Who those people are, we don't know. What can the government do about that? Nothing. Who are these people, Madam President? Who are these funders that we don't know about? Who are these people in the shadows, in the wings, waiting to take over in the event that this developer doesn't succeed? We need to know. We need to know who will be giving charge of a port of entry. Port of entry, man, I mean, you have to represent passport or something when you land. Port of entry. We need to know who the players are. We don't need a person who just signs the agreement on the name of a company. The country of Belize needs to know who we are getting in bed with. The developer may subcontract and otherwise delegate in favor of any person. Any person. This agreement or the rights, benefits, and obligations hereunder, or any portion thereof. Any person. The developer could say, boy, El Chapo don't come out of jail and we are getting him. Any person. Without the government having a say as to who that person will be.
Good night, everyone. Blessed greetings to each and every one of you. Good night. Mabugane Hong Sumut, Biti Gunyon. Welcome to another episode of Dangriga Unmuted, where we unmute the truth and we demand change. I want to thank each and every one of you for signing on tonight, for joining me. You are here because you are interested in what's happening in Dangriga. You're interested in what's happening in your country. Tonight, three things. Tonight, I will be talking about my meeting with Mayor Robert Mariano. I will talk about the details of my meeting with Mayor Robert Mariano, talk about some of the things we can expect in the near and far future. I will give some details about that. I will also entertain some questions and concerns from the article that was posted on Obafo TV. This article is concerning Basilo Zabane meeting with Michael Ashcroft. We have a lot of lashback. We have some of our own folks who are curious, who are more than curious, but who determined to know what's happening here in Dangriga in regards to Commerce Bight. If Commerce Bight was part of that meeting. Now, I won't go in great detail just yet because I have a special guest. I have a brother that will be joining me tonight. He is an independent candidate in San Pedro. He's been doing some great things in San Pedro. He's a very vocal individual in his community, and he expects to run for mayor in the upcoming municipal election. I will introduce him in just a bit, but I just wanted to give a highlight as to what will be talked about, what will be discussed tonight. Now, with all that said, I want to put on the table to all of you before I go deep into tonight's episode, tonight's discussion. Let us respect each other. You know, we're in 2026. Today is January 21st, 2026. Just the other day, we celebrate New Year's. We bring in the New Year. Some of us have our traditional New Year's resolutions where we make changes for the new year, where we try to accomplish some of the things that we've always wanted to accomplish. It's now January 21st. How have you been doing with your resolutions? I'm not one that is big on resolutions, but I am saying all this to say, you know, time waits for no man. Time waits for None of us. We have to decide. It gets to a point where each and every one of us, be it you're a teacher, you're a firefighter, you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you're a policeman, you're a farmer, you're a businessman, whatever it is, you have children, you have a child, you have more, daughters. Time doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And so when we wait for something to happen to make our lives better, when we sit back, be complacent, and wait for someone to come along to do what needs to be done for us to live better lives, it's not going to happen that way. Things will forever remain the same. I'm live on YouTube. For those of you who have friends, parents, those who are not into Facebook, just look up Dangriga Unmuted on YouTube, Obafo TV. You could sign on and put this on your TV. Bring your children. This is going to be a safe space for everyone. This is going to be a community discussion. Most of this is going to be about Dangriga. I will barely touch on national issues today. But to my, along the same train of thought, please let's be mindful of the fact that we're not here to stay. We're not here to stay. Every one of us at times, oftentimes, we get used to this frame of mind that everybody dead, but we not die. We won't die. Or somebody dies, or somebody dead for other people, but they're not dead for we. Until it hit we, until it knock power door. I was reflecting not too long ago on some of the people that I met while I was campaigning before the general elections. Actually, when I was getting a petition signed to enter a convention, several individuals have left us, have departed from this earth. In Orange Walk, in Corozal, in Belize City, in Hopkins, Bight, Saraway, Hope Creek. Someone has passed on. People are dying every day. You're not here to stay. Your turn is going to come. My turn will come. I said that to say, let's be responsible with our time. Let's be responsible with what we fight for. Let's be responsible when we defend those that we choose to defend. I will run a video just to bring on this brother from San Pedro. I will introduce him as soon as I bring him on. So please hang tight. Again, I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by. Tonight's episode, I believe, will be very interesting. All right, there's a lot I want to unload. There's a lot I want to unpack. And I have a message, a special message for those of you, my fellow UDP brothers and sisters here in Dangriga. I have a message for you. Stay in tune, stay connected. I'll be right back.
This sounds like one of two things. This and what? They'd raise Or there are people involved in this project the government doesn't want us to know. No. Funders' rights, because in this agreement have a thing what they call funders. I don't know, Madam President, me only got a nations. Funders. Like, you just say the person where they fund this thing. The funders in this case, Madam President, will have what is called step-in rights. So if for some reason this money is borrowed by this company, and whether they can't pay it back or pretend to can't pay it back or were not able to pay it back in the first place, because that was maybe a part of the plan, the funders step in and take over the project. No, right now, we're in the National Assembly of this country. We're in the National Assembly of a sovereign nation trying to decide whether or not we will approve this bill, and we don't know who these funders are. We don't know who. If the current developer cannot fulfill his obligations to the funders, will come and take over our port. That is dangerous. There are people funding this person who are in the wings waiting that if he fails, they step in. Who those people are, we don't know. What can the government do about that? Nothing. Who are these people, Madam President? Who are these funders that we don't know about? Who are these people in the shadows, in the wings, waiting to take over in the event that this developer doesn't succeed? We need to know. We need to know who will be giving charge of a port entry. Port entry, man, you have to represent passport or something when you land. Port entry. We need to know who the players are. We don't need a person who just signs the agreement in the name of a company. The country of Belize needs to know who we are getting in bed with. The developer may subcontract and otherwise delegate in favor of any person. Any person. This agreement or the rights, benefits and obligations hereunder or any portion thereof. Any person. The developer could say, boy, El Chapo don't come out of jail and we are giving him. Any person. Without the government having a say as to who that person will be.
Mabugani Hong Sumut, greetings again to each and every one of you. A blessed good night wherever you may be. I have a guest tonight. It's an impromptu guest. This guest has always asked me to come on the show. He has always lent his support. He's a brother that I respect so much. He is working on coming online. So while he's doing that, I think I'm just going to jump into the first topic for today. And that is my meeting with Mayor Robert Mariano. Now, I want to, let me, I need to make, while I'm pulling this up here, I had a meeting with my brother, the mayor, Robert Mariano. And, okay, Abner is here, but let me just continue this train of thought. Abner, just hang tight for me, and I'll bring you on in just a minute, all right? Abner, could you mute your mic? Thank you, my brother. I met with the brother, Robert Mariano. I'm pulling up this picture just so I could have. I trust you guys are doing well. We have everybody back to school, all the teachers in a class once again. Students back in class. I believe everybody in motion once more. Everybody back to work. So while I pull up this photo, okay, here we go. All right, so I had a meeting with Mayor Robert Mariano earlier this week. And this, I must say, was a request on my part. I requested to meet with the mayor because there were some pressing issues. There are some pressing issues that I wish to address, which I addressed. And I wanted to clear the air between me and the brother as well. And when I say clear the air, in the not so late, in the recent past, I have called out the mayor on different occasions for not taking care of certain things that need to be taken care of, for not giving the information to the public, necessary information regarding developments, regarding Commerce Bight, regarding the multi-purpose park development in front of Sacred Heart and Sacred Heart School and Sacred Heart Church. Okay? So our meeting was respectful. And before I even go into any more details, I want to salute the mayor for being professional. I want to salute the mayor for being a man of his word. I have to reiterate, I included this in my little write-up, that he even went to the extent of calling me in advance, long in advance, to confirm that the meeting was still on. I have to give him maximum respect for that. Really and truly, that's a man, and that's a great quality as a leader as well. So hats off to my brother, the mayor. I try multitask here so I could see you guys online and interact with you as well. So I have to applaud Brother Mariano for that, for reaching out, for being a man of his word, for even following up. Now, about Jetty. We started talking about Jetty. Not much was said, only because of some, I would say, minor disagreement. But the most talked about topic was that of the multi-purpose park. And I want to share some updates with you guys about that. Now, I asked the mayor, what's happening out there at the multi-purpose park? What are the terms? How do we get our people involved? How do we know that the Dangriga community will benefit from this multi-purpose park? The mayor assured me that once the final nail is put in, once the final screw is turned, that the multi-purpose park will be handed over to the Dangriga Town Council. So again, once all is said and done, I'm talking about the good night, Dave Newton, my brother, my friend. Once all is said and done, we're talking about the multi-purpose park right here in Dangriga. Once all is said and done, this multi-purpose park will be handed over, it will be delivered to the people of Dangriga. Now, what does that entail? What does that entail? One, there was one thing I wasn't quite clear on, and I explained this to the mayor as well. So the mayor said to me, we are not certain as to how many booths we're getting. That's booth with a TH at the end, right? Said we're not sure if we're getting 10 booths. We're not sure if we're getting 20 booths. Also, if you notice at the far top right, there is something that looks like a hotel. I asked the mayor, and he indeed confirmed that it is a hotel. Stay with me. So at the far right of the screen, top far right, there is something that looks like a hotel. Let me zoom into that for you guys so you can see. I have Abner in the waiting room, in the virtual waiting room at the moment. I want to acknowledge him. Abner, hang tight, my brother. I will bring you on in just a bit. I just want to explain some things here. My brother, Miss Joyce Keatano, BT Gunyo Niebo. All right, let me zoom into this hotel right here so we know what we're talking about, right? I asked the mayor about this hotel, and he confirmed that, yes, indeed, there will be a hotel out there at the multi-purpose park area that they're developing. My next question followed, my next follow-up question was, who's going to own the hotel? Who's the owner of the hotel? I want to say all the information I am giving you guys, I asked the mayor, is it okay to make all this public? Because I want transparency. I want to be able to, I don't want nobody say, oh, Uruwei, the cause problem, right? Transparency. Because very soon, transparency, accountability, being real will be my next discussion and message to the United Democratic Party Dangriga branch, because we need for talk. Okay? Now, who's going to own the hotel at this multi-purpose park area? Let me pause for a bit. When I first came on, I promised you guys I have a special guest tonight. This is an impromptu. I want to bring him on, chop it up for a bit, and make we get something different, right? I know I'm pausing. Shelamena, thank you very much. Thank each and every one of you. I won't be reading the comments just yet, but I want to thank all of you. Remember, yes, indeed, on to share the live. Also, go to YouTube if you want to put it up on the screen and make it a family affair. Let me bring on brother Abner Bakab. He's from San Pedro. He is an activist. The man is a businessman. Welcome, Basilo Zabani. Good to have you. Stay connected. Abner, Biti Gunyo Nuuguri. That means good night, my man, my brother, my fellow activist. Let me pull up the screen. How are you doing, my brother?
Yes, good night, Mr. Cyril. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be in your show. I'm very happy and delighted to be here tonight, talking about many things, very important things happening in our country, and of course here in San Pedro. And we're hopeful that we could talk about many things that could help Dangriga and help San Pedro, working together as a brother, as a brothers, as working with each town. No, yes.
Very good. Abner, I have to say the feeling is mutual, my brother. I not quite, I think you discovered me. We've been talking, exchanging information, exchanging ideas back and forth. You've been doing some great work in San Pedro. I'm going to ask you more about the work you've been doing. But first, I want you to take your time and give me the Reader's Digest of an introduction to Abner Bakab. Introduce yourself to our audience.
Yes, definitely. Good night to everyone. My name is Abner Ophil Bakab. I'm originally from Yo Creek or Rock District. I'm currently 42 years old. I've been living and working here in San Pedro Town and Burgess Key, La Isla Bonita for over 25 years now. I came around in the year 2000 as a very young person, 15 years old. I started working here. I made San Pedro my town, my home, and basically I've been involved in the scuba diving emergencies field. Basically, the hyperbaric chamber, which is uh, where they treat the divers that suffer from decompression sickness. So I have worked all my life in emergencies scuba diving. Um, Also a tour guide. I've worked many places here in San Pedro, so I'm well known here as well. And I've been working hard recently. 5 years ago, actually, this month we're celebrating 5 years for our ambulance service that we established here in San Pedro. So we're celebrating 5 years. I'm an emergency medical technician here. So yes, I've been living and working in San Pedro for over 25 years now.
Amazing, amazing. That's a lot under your belt, my brother. Congrats on all that. Now, we have been talking about similarities when it comes to community societal issues in San Pedro. I'm going to get straight into it. Again, thank you, welcome for showing up. And folks, you will be seeing more of Abner in the upcoming future. Abner, let's talk about community, societal issues in San Pedro. What is lacking? What are the things you've been fighting against? And how similar or how different it is from that of Dangriga versus San Pedro? And I must add, you're familiar with Dangriga a lot through Dangriga Unmuted, but you also know, what Dangriga is about as well in terms of culture, in terms of lack of tourism. Talk to me.
Definitely, I would definitely agree, Mr. Cyril. One of the biggest thing I have faced here on the island is for over 25 years, and that's the reason we are here where we are today. And what I have noticed here in San Pedro is a lack of government support, the government giving back to the people, especially when you speak about San Pedro, town and Burgess we're the number one tourist destination in the whole country of Belize. So there are many areas that we could get into to talk about, but definitely one of the main important things would be health. Health. Imagine, Cyril, number one tourist destination. We are the town that gives or generates so much millions in taxes to the government, yet no government that was ever able to put a fully equipped ambulance here in San Pedro to be able to help our people to secure and safeguard our tourism. When we talk about government, they've been in power here in Belize for over 40 years. So imagine, like how I said, we had to come on a private company, private business to be able to give San Pedro a fully equipped ambulance with emergency medical technician, the first emergency medical technician here in here in San Pedro. And also, I'm very happy and proud to be able to have accomplished that. And this is one of many other accomplishments that we have here in San Pedro. So I would like to start with that. And you had asked me similarities in Dangriga, right? At least you guys have a hospital there that is government funded there. I don't know if you guys have an ambulance. I think the hospital has an ambulance. Um, so I think that is very important for our community, for the residents that live in Dangriga, to be able to secure emergency services, an ambulance if they're having an emergency, take them to the hospital, and be able to get that services that they need in Dangriga. One of the things or setbacks I have seen here in San Pedro is we don't yet have a full service hospital. So any emergencies, we need to be evacuated to Belize either by a boat or by a airplane, no? And as you know, getting out of San Pedro and airplane evacuation is not cheap. It's very expensive. So we have many things you can talk about. The government should have already put a plane in here that can take the hardworking people of San Pedro that give millions and millions in tax dollars to the government. That's the first one.
Very good. Now, how you initiated this project, let's call it a project, where you provide ambulance for San Pedro residents or ambulance services, correct? Is
Yes.
it is it based on your individual initiative? How was this idea born? And is it an organization? Is it just you? How does that work?
Yes, very good question. I'm happy that you asked that. Yes, this project initiative, uh, I started it on my own because I saw the need of professional emergency medical service here and having the ambulance. Like what I said, because we're a top tourist destination, people from the US, people from Canada, people from all over the world expect to come to a top tourist destination and have all these services readily available as in their country. So it was a private investment on my own. I didn't get any help from government, from town council, from the minister, from anybody here in San Pedro. Basically, what I started on my own. And the reason I started it was as well for our community members that they needed access to an ambulance when they have an emergency. They could call a number, an emergency number, and ambulance would show up with emergency medical technicians, professionals to be able to care for them. I want to let you know as well, Cyril, that we offer free service to our local community, people that are Belizeans and people that are born here in the island. They don't pay our ambulance service. This is something no government had ever done here in San Pedro, and we did it on our own
That's amazing.
investment and everything. So I want to say this to the Dangriga people out there. 2026 needs to be a proactive year. If you have a plan, you have a goal, you have a business idea, business plan, work hard, don't give up, and you will be able to accomplish it. But the hard work needs to come in. I started from nothing, Mr. Cyril. I started from nothing, and today we have three ambulances here in San Pedro without
Wow.
any type of support from the government, the
You,
mayor here in San Pedro, the council, or the air minister. Yes.
repeat that for me, Abner. I heard you, but just repeat that for me. 3 ambulances.
Three ambulances we have able to put here in San Pedro. No help from the government of Belize, no help from the San Pedro Town Council, the mayor, or no help from our area representative for Belize Rural South, Mr. Andre Perez. No, yes. So when you want to
You,
do when you want to do things, Cyril, you will get it done. There's no excuses. Excuses is when you don't want to get it done. When you get
yeah.
it, you want to get it done, you will get it done, just as I did here in San Pedro.
My brother, I salute you. Listen, folks, you gotta give him a round of applause. Salute him, give him some thumbs up. You gotta give him some heart. He know they asked for it, but I they say he's worth it. This is our good thing. With no support from the government, just a resident, a concerned citizen. Last week, my show, yes, give him some thumbs up, give him some hearts. Last week, my show was about active citizenship. And this, my brother, is a perfect example of active citizenship. Thank you all who are giving the thumbs up and the hearts. Um, and I ask you deliberately to repeat it because this are the type of thing I hope for Dangriga. Honestly, really and truly, this is the type of initiative, people like you. This is what we need here in Dangriga, where we just take up the initiative to do what needs to be done as a resident. Now, let's fast forward a bit, Abner. Thanks again for sharing that. That's wonderful, man. And I promise I'll have you on again in the future. You and I, we know this are impromptu with a scramble, with a rush. We say, Abner, you are coming to the buy. I still could make it, but we want to do it right for another time. I really, I'm glad that we both agreed for you to come on tonight. Now, you are seeking political office. Tell us about that. Tell me why. Why are you seeking political office? How strong do you think your chances of winning are?
Definitely, I would start. I would begin from where I started. The reason I decided to get into politics, I didn't never thought I would, but something made me. I saw a necessity. I saw a lot of corruption in the system here in San Pedro. A lot of people being taken advantage of. I was taken advantage of here in San Pedro when it comes to my ambulance service. This should have happened way before 2018, but because of political interventions, I wasn't able to do it. I had applied for my ambulance. They did not. They did not approve it. No, imagine
Mhm.
this, Mr. Cyril. You're bringing an ambulance to a top tourist destination, and a mayor and a council and a minister would not approve it. This is to benefit our community, our residents, and most importantly as well, our tourism. We live
Yeah.
from tourism. This is our bread and butter. So I had been fighting from the day I got to San Pedro, fighting to survive and fighting to do things the right way, bring improvements, bring benefits to our um, community and our tourism. Now you apply and you don't are not asking for money. All you need is to bring a vehicle here in San Pedro. You have to get an approval, no, a
Mhm.
permit to bring a vehicle. It's not like in Dangriga go buy a vehicle and that's it. No, it works very differently here. So you need to get approved. So they didn't approve this, and this was to help our community secure and safeguard our tourism. So I have been fighting from the day I got to San Pedro up to today's day. I still keep on fighting every day to get things done and make things better here in San Pedro. So that is a start, no? Um, when I had experienced that on my own skin, when they had did that to me, I said, you know what? I'll take the opportunity to learn from it, and this I will use it to help other people that are going through the same thing I went through. If they could have done it to me, a person that contributes so much to the island, to the safety of the island, imagine what they would do our regular member. So I saw all of these things that are wrong and are still wrong to today. I've been fighting to make it better. It's not easy. It's very hard, but here I am. Um, the love for my community, the love for my island, the love for getting things done and making it better to give more benefits to our community members. And of course, the love I have for our tourists that come and visit our island. Because of the tourism is one of the main reasons Belize in a whole is surviving. If we hadn't
Absolutely.
tourism, we wouldn't have been here, we wouldn't have been having this talk. So you see, those are the many reasons I decided to step up, because not a lot of people decide to step up. A lot of people would take the easy road, which is you join them, you support them, and you will be good. They will be able to give you a piece of land. They will help you to whatever you need. The other side is the hard way, Mr. Sir, the one we choose. Which one is that? To go against them, go against the corruption, expose them, and really work for your community, for people, for them to benefit, not my benefit. I don't want to benefit from this. I want to see things done the right way on my island of San Pedro, and I want to see good things happen in the whole country of Belize. Hence the reason I didn't wait for somebody else to step up. I said, I have to step up, and I know it's going to be a calvary. You know, when Jesus came to this island, they crucified him. You know, what are they not gonna do to us? But I said, I cannot say I used an example, right? As being I cannot compare myself to Jesus or to God, but I decided to take the same route, the same to do the same thing he did for the love of
Mhm.
our community members.
Brother, I salute you. I really and truly salute you. And before it slips me, this is something that while I was campaigning, Sandberg will know he was working with me at the time. We wanted the residents of Hope Creek. We had talked about an ambulance service, and you and I talked about this as well because I want to learn from you. I want to know how you accomplish it. I want to be, we talk about exchanging information and sharpening each other. Now, I thank you once again. Abner, times are changing. We turn on the TV, we watch the news. When it comes to national issues, right? Currently, we have the BTL SpeedNet acquisition situation at hand in front of us, right? There are so many things happening nationally. The People's United Party came into, they won again. They have a super majority. They started, in my opinion, abusing the people as soon as they get in. Those who know me will know that I am not about party politics. I'm not about PUP. I'm not about UDP. We have been experiencing much abuse from this tyrannical government. We have been experiencing neglect in many areas from this government, from Gianni Briceño and the rest. Apart from the Budna case, apart from the BTL SpeedNet acquisition, or in addition to that, what do you see when you turn on the news and you reflect on the state of the country? What do you see, and what would you say to your people in San Pedro? What would you say to those of us here in Dangriga and to the entire nation?
Definitely, I would say that the current political party, which is the United Party, led by Gianni Briceño, which is the Prime Minister of Belize, things are not good for Belize. We see too much corruption, too much nepotism. We see too much people being taken advantage of. We see a lot of cronies. You know, those are the only ones that are living good because they are related to the minister, to the prime minister. Their families, their friends, their people that helped them win the last election by paying people to vote for them. It happened here in San Pedro, and I speak freely about it because I know how that works. I know how that system is set up. I know how that works.
Mhm.
So Belize as a country is very bad. We're heading in a very dangerous times. Dangerous times, not for the politicians, you know, not for the people at the House of Representatives, for us Belizeans.
Yeah.
As we know, and I won't only speak about the PUP, I'll speak about the UDP. If we go back to politics here in Belize over 40, 50 years, we can easily say both parties have had 25 years to do things better for our Belizean people. And they have not been able to do it. They
Mhm.
could have want if they wanted to do it. So 25 each party, PUP and UDP. I would use the example of El Salvador President Nayib Bukele. In less than 7 years, he has been able to turn around the country and make his people have more benefits, be able to live there, be able to afford life, be able to be proud of having a very good country. He did a very one of the largest hospitals in Central America in El Salvador. You know, he doesn't collect his salary; he donates it. He gives it to a
Yeah.
student so they can go and study.
Mhm.
You know, have you ever heard any ministers here say, "I don't want to collect. I'll put this money towards
No,
a
no,
scholarship"? You know, so
no,
you
not
see,
at all.
again, we have been with these both parties. that have been taking advantage of Belize and not helping Belize, making our Belizean people suffer every day, and they still continue. So clearly, both parties are not the thing Belize needs right now. Belize needs a different change. We are in need of change. We need another government to take over. We need another party to step up and say, give them a chance. We've been doing it for 25 years, 50 years. The recipe has not proven that it will work, and it will not work. So we need.
Man, Abner, you're so right, which brings me to my next question. You're seeking political office. Tell us more about that. And when you share, tell the audience, are you running as a PUP? Are you running as a UDP, independent, and why?
Yes, definitely. I started couple, maybe about 5 to 10 years ago, being
Go as
involved in
close,
the.
your volume goes up and down. Go as close as possible to your mic for me, please.
Yes, I have been
Perfect.
here involved in politics about 5 to 10 years, maybe a little bit more. I contested. This is gonna be my third time contesting elections, right? Non-tax elections. I started in municipal election, which is for the town council elections for mayor and councillors. No, that was my first time I decided to step up. At that time, I only got 16. I got 69 votes, which was a big victory for me personally. Most people said, you are never gonna win, you got low numbers. It doesn't matter to me. What I had accomplished was 69 people that believed in me. That for me was a big win, right?
Mhm.
um, then I decided to contest the general elections for Belize Rural South. um, I went up against the current minister Andre Perez, myself, and I was able to get about close to 300 votes, Mr. Cyril. So if you look at the percentage, I was doing like 300% improvement, which was really good. But I want to stress here something, Mr. Cyril. Um, Drawing, winning is extra for me. What I have accomplished, something more important here in San Pedro, and what we are going to accomplish together for our whole country. History, for me, is better than victory. Victory will get there, and we'll get there very soon. Why? Because we are the people that are gonna change Belize, make it better for everyone. It's not easy, it's very hard. So again, I'm gonna contest my third elections here in San Pedro. We're coming up for the municipal election. It's gonna be March 2027. Then I expect to get the numbers in the thousands, to be able to give the PUP, the UDP, um, a real run for them, for their money that they're gonna be putting here. But I want to stress something out. I know you're not familiar with it, you don't know, but I will tell you what's happening in San Pedro. Another history that's happening, Mr. Cyril. For the first time in history, there's gonna be 5 options for the San Pedro people: PUP, UDP, Abner Bakab, another person, and another person. So five. That's
So
history in the
three
making. Never had
independent.
it happen here.
So three independent.
It's gonna be yes, yes, right? But you know what, Cyril? I was one of the first people to start this movement of changing people's mind to think differently, which I'm very happy and proud to have been a part of inspiring people that maybe in the time they didn't, they wanted to run and contest, but they were not sure. They said, I don't want to be the first person, I'm afraid they will victimize me, they will try to ruin me, they'll try to do many things for me. So what I did, they said, this person has been doing it for 10 years now and he's still surviving. If he can do it, I can do it. And we inspire and motivate other people to step up. And I'm happy to say that this municipal election, history is going to be made. History has already been made, but we are looking for a better history, something that will benefit our community members here. So
My brother, that's amazing. This is Abner Bakab. Abner is a resident of San Pedro here in Belize. He's going to be running in the upcoming mayoral election on March 2027, in March 2027. My brother, We don't know each other for many years, but from what I've seen, from what I've heard, I really and truly just I'm behind you until you act like the UDP and PUP. Now, I don't see that happening. I'm just being tongue in cheek there, but on a very serious note, you are right. Belize do need a party different from the PUP and UDP, and that's not because um, it gets really sticky, because we have some great people, good people in the People's United Party. We have some good people in the United Democratic Party. So I find myself struggling when I start talking about where we are as a people in terms of party politics, right? Because the way how things work, especially here in Belize, such a very small country, two major political parties, I find myself thinking sometimes, even as an independent candidate, there are times you might have to make a decision, and you could give me your feedback on this. You might have to make a decision to go independent, which is an uphill battle. It is very difficult, right, to run as an independent. Or you might see it fit to run under red, because that might be better for you to get in at a space to help your people more, or maybe under the blue. Have you found, briefly, I want you to answer this because I have a follow-up question. Have you ever found yourself in that position? Have you ever entertained the thought of, you know what, I might just have to join the PUP. I might just have to join the UDP. What's your take on that?
Yes, I will share all my personal experience and I will let you know, Cyril, I was a UDP supporter many years ago. Then I supported the PUP. So I've supported both parties. And I will share with this openly. I'll speak truths. I don't like to talk about lies. I supported the PUP on their last two municipal and general elections. And I can tell you, I was part of the problem. I was part of the one of the persons that used to get, I used to be like a campaigner for them. I used to get a lot,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people know me here. They know what I do, because of the ambulance and many other things. So I was a person that could draw people to vote for either party, PUP or UDP. And I can tell you here that I used to get people and give them $50, give them a tamales to vote for the PUP. So I was part of the problem. But you know what I realized? Thank God, our Father, He took away those blindfold I had in my eyes, opened my mind, and say, you know what, this is wrong. I can't, our country is not going to get better if we're paying for people to get in power.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? When they get there, they're going to steal and thief all the people's money. Hence the reason our country doesn't move forward doing better things for our people of Belize, because once they get in power, then they forget about everything else, and all they do is takes the people's money. So that is my response to you. I will follow it up if I have considered running under one of the parties, and I will tell you yes. Recently, in like a month or 2 months, I I had two generals that were with me. People that are always with me, Cyril, and I will share this. I don't think I have shared this with you. I had two generals that were with me for the previous elections, municipal and general. One of them, his family is a big family for the UDP. And he had convinced me, he was behind me, he said, I'm not, you should give the UDP a try. You should, let's give them a try. And I said, you know what? Because of him, I said, I will, I will give them a chance. I went there. Not less than 2 weeks, I decided to come out. I exited because and I will tell you why. Right? I exited, but I lost two generals, Cyril. I lost two big generals that were with me. Imagine, right? So I'll follow it up by talking about the church. Let's talk about. There's so many churches here in Belize, right? Many religions, right? When you go to this church, the first thing they're going to present to you is a Bible. This is our rules, regulations, standard procedures that we follow here. You go to the next one, it's the same thing. Other one, it's the same thing. I'm just doing an example, right? When you go, now we get into politics with the PUP and UDP. Both of them have a political Bible that they need to follow. Rules, regulations,
The
standard procedures,
Constitution.
right? Yes. So each of them already have that. It doesn't matter if you're a good person that wants to do good, you won't be able to do it. Why? Because you have to follow everything that's there. The PUP and UDP have done it. You were saying there's some good people in the PUP, good people in the UDP. But guess what? You won't be able to do it. Why? Because you have to follow all these rules and regulations and everything that they have constituted. They put, what do they put first? Party first, not the people first. And that's where they're wrong, you know. So the only solution for this, Cyril, is for us to come up with a new party to be able to work with the people and give the people back their rights and benefits. Not doing that will take us more into the abysmal depth that we have for our country. So my question to you is, it won't work. We've seen it many times. You said it yourself. So for me, I decided to exit them. Thank you very much. I cannot hear, I cannot part of you guys. They are mad with our other you
Ma- it did answer my question. For some reason, you're stalling. We lost Abner. Okay, you're back. You're back. Your signal seemed to be very low, brother Abner. I heard you clearly though.
Hey, I hope ETL.
I hope not. But listen, I heard you clear enough. I heard everything you said. Your signal seemed to be not as high. The bars are not as high. But listen, I do believe that, well, after that, we do need a new party. I've spoken with my brother Jerry Enriquez. I've spoken with the ombudsman in the past. I've spoken with so many individuals, and they are, while they are honest, they're blunt. Um, without saying what each individual said or who said what, some of them would say, "Man, an independent party will never make it. An independent, it is just too difficult." Our people have become dependent, right? Especially here in Dangriga. Here in Dangriga, I can pinpoint so many individuals who have become so dependent on party politics. Some of our own people who will fight against us when we try to bring awareness to anything that might be harming the town or the country because of who might be doing the harming. Because we pledge allegiance to the PUP, because we pledge allegiance to the UDP. For example, I'll give you a basic example, right? And then I'll give you the opportunity to share your last word before I move on to the other topics. I'll give you a basic example. When I post something on Facebook, on my page, it doesn't matter how true it is. It doesn't matter how unbiased I might become. For example, my meeting with the mayor, which I will continue. I had to pass because you came online and I intended to put you on first. My meeting with the mayor, it was sincere. I do intend to meet with the mayor again. Now, it was a good meeting. It was honest. It was heart to heart. And there are people in the PUP camp who will refuse to comment, who will refuse to share, not because I care about all of that, but this is my point. When something really good is happening in our town, when you have two men coming together, when you have two Garifuna men coming together, right? You will even have some Garifuna individual who don't like that unity because it doesn't serve the best interest of the People's United Party. And even without being a Garifuna, just a regular citizen, a regular resident of Dangriga, they might see this as something good, something beneficial. But because they are a PUP and because they rally behind this one and that one, they will not see it fit to rally behind something that is beneficial to the town. So I said that to conclude my train of thought. Belize today, and I speak for Dangriga, we are so dependent on our area representatives, so dependent on our mayor. You know, an individual in office said to me not too long ago, he said, Uruwei, you can't tell hungry people XYZ. People are really hungry in this town. People are doing bad in this town. And that, in my opinion, is by design. That is by design. You are hungry by design. You don't have all the money you need to send your children to school. That is by design. You have to send your children with the same uniform from last year or 2 years ago or 3 years ago. That is by design. We can have better. We need better. After this segment with my brother Abner, I will talk about updates regarding Commerce Bight. I will finish sharing my experience regarding my meeting with the mayor. My brother Abner, I want to close off or at least give you this opportunity to conclude your train of thought. But before you do, you live in San Pedro. San Pedro is a touristic destination. Most of our revenue in Belize, we get a lot from San Pedro. I don't know how often you visit Dangriga. I don't know how often you come. But, and those watching right now might have the answer to this. Do you think carefully before you answer this question, do you think Dangriga is ready for tourism on your limited knowledge? If yes, why? If no, also why?
I want to touch on what you just said, and I'll go to that. We're talking about the political part of it. As when you get elected as a mayor, I'll speak about a mayor, right? When you get elected as a mayor, you work for the whole community. Like here, you work for the whole island. You don't work for PUP or UDP, and that applies when you become a minister as well. You represent everyone, not only your political party. This is something that the representatives are not understanding. No, um, your job is to look out for the best interests, not of your own, not of your family, not of your cronies, not of your supporters, your sponsors, right? You're there to look for benefits and improvement of the lives of your community, your area, right? So I want to make that clear when you become a mayor, a rep, a minister, right? You're there to create jobs. You are dependent mayor, jobs, create money for the people to survive. Instead of $50, just give them a job so they can survive and they can feed their family and buy the care center, private if they need to to pay for their own things. Give a man a job, create jobs. That is something as a minister, as a mayor, you need to do, right? So, but these people are not understanding roles and responsibilities, their duties to the people. That needs to change. You need to go in there not for money or personal gain, but it's not what I can take. It's what can I give to my people to make their lives better and much easier. And they don't need to be so dependent on the government, on the mayor or the air rep. Being dependent is what they want, Mr. Cyril. They want us to always be dependent on them. You said this by design. Yes, they designed it that way so we stay where we are, right? But that needs
Absolutely.
to change.
Brother, just because of time, I want to bring you on again in the near future. We have a lot more to talk about. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for the work that you're doing in San Pedro. This is our country, and only the people, the fighters, the ones who love passionately and who get crazy enough to fight against the status quo and the powers that be. There are many more questions I would like to ask. I know you come with a wealth of knowledge, but we have to make it in another segment, right? Thanks again for stopping by. And I know that people, the ones who are signed on tonight, I'm sure that they have been inspired by your presence and by your wisdom. Bandi Isini, much love, Inebese, respect. I will go to segment number 2, the other 2 questions, not questions, but topics that I intend to address tonight. I will run this video once more as I prepare to enter into the next segment. Folks, please hang tight, stay with me, and I will be back.
I mean, in 2 minutes time,
Okay.
and I want to go to the bathroom.
Right. Go ahead, Abner. I'll wait for you. I'll continue and then I'll bring you on again. Friends and family, Mabuga, greetings once more. Because I'm watching the time and I know a lot of people go sleep early, I have more to address. My brother Abner didn't answer the question he wanted to answer, and he's insisting, and I'll give the brother the opportunity to answer the question regarding tourism in San Pedro versus tourism, if Dangriga is ready for tourism. He's going to respond to that briefly, and then I will get to the other topics that I want to talk about. Commerce Bight, the development, and my meeting with the mayor. So Abner, here we are again, my brother. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for keeping me on my toes. I almost send you home. I mean, finish your answer. So I was asking about, because San Pedro is a destination where a lot of tourists go. And we here in Dangriga, we are preparing for tourism. We have a multi-purpose park that is in development. We have the jetty area, Commerce Bight, that is in development. Briefly, based on your experience, tourism in San Pedro, and based on what you know of Dangriga, do you think we are ready for tourism? If yes, why? If no, likewise, why?
Yes, I've been to Dangriga many times. I've not been there recently. I need to take a trip there, and it will be very soon to go and meet you and take a tour of Dangriga, because I need to learn a lot of things more, because I have some other things I need to do there. But what I think of what I know about Dangriga, and I know the tourism around Dangriga, which is the Glover's Atoll area. Many keys there. I've visited them many times because of my work in the tourism industry and the scuba diving industry, and more recently in the ambulance business. So I know there's a lot of tourism around Dangriga, specifically area, Glover's Reef area, Tobacco Key Range, Southwater Key, Blue Marlin. I have visited them. They know me very good in all of those keys off the wall there. So I know a lot about that area in Dangriga, but I need to go back. But I want to touch specifically on Dangriga town, right? You guys have tourism. How do I know this? Because many of the times the people that go to Dangriga are either going to this Glover's Atoll, so they need to spend at least a night there. Maybe they were late or waiting on the other day for a ferry to go to their destination. So Dangriga is already doing tourism. I think there's great potential. I think Dangriga, like what I said, has already been working in the tourism for many years now, right? But I think we need to work it, we need to develop it more, and we need to bring a lot more of it. When you speak about culture, the food, everything that is the culture capital, the culture, the dancing, the music of Dangriga, the cup. I think, and I will be honest with this, I think we being able to benefit to the maximum of Dangriga as the culture capital of Belize. So we need to invest in many more things of our culture that's going to attract more tourism. Why it has done, that's a very important question. I think that another day, Mr. Cyril, we have spoken about that. But I do believe Dangriga has a big, great potential. It just be advertised plan. So I definitely know that Dangriga can do better. And when I talk about Dangriga, it's Dangriga town itself. So that is my question to you. I hope I could help you or anybody that's willing to work to be able to bring more money, more tourism to Dangriga town. And I'm open to sharing plans, ideas, and I will make it one of my priorities to visit Dangriga very soon, so we can meet, talk about these things. You take me around Dangriga, and I think together we can definitely come up with a plan and a plan to work. And I want to have that relationship with Dangriga, San Pedro Dangriga, and other destinations as well. We can help each other, and this is something I think has not been done. I know they have a mayor's association, but I don't know exactly how they work or what they do, right? But this is on a personal level, on a level to look for benefits and improvements of the lives of the people in Dangriga. So please, I will be there very soon, and I
Very
hope
good.
that you can receive me in your town, no?
Absolutely. Abner, I look forward to it. I really and truly look forward to it. Thanks again, my brother. We'll do this again. We'll do this again real soon. Those of you who are commenting, I see your comments. I just want to get through with these topics, and I will be reading the comment. Now, Abner, we are catch up again, my brother. I sincerely appreciate you. Let's keep in touch. We'll be in touch. Thanks again and
And
have
I,
a good night.
I will be watching the full show tonight. I'll be there in the comment
Thank you,
section.
my brother. Inebese. That was my brother, my friend, Abner Bakab. He is from San Pedro. He has interest in entering political office. You've heard, you've seen. I think the man could make it. What do you think? I think he could do it in a political life. He has shown great potential. He has been doing the work even before he entered politics. Now to the mayor of Dangriga. I'm going for a quick break, but I don't think we could afford a break right now because it's getting too late. I had a very long day today too. I met with my brother, the mayor. Shout out to you if you're to watch this live right now, brother mayor. I started by saying it was my request. I made a request to meet Brother Mariano because I had some issues I needed to discuss. I had some things that were bothering me, including certain things that others might have brought to my attention in the past. Some of our own individual disagreements that we have had. I gave the mayor my word that I won't be slandering any one particular. I won't be slandering him. I won't be attacking him, so to speak. I do expect transparency. I do expect honesty. And the mayor has assured me, he has given me his word that on the shaking of hands, that we will be respectful toward each other. We will be honest. We will exercise great deal of transparency when dealing and working with each other. Now, some of the things we talked about. I was sharing about the multi-purpose park. That's the development taking place in front of Sacred Heart School and Sacred Heart Church. The mayor said that when the final screw is turned, when the final nail is put in the wall or wherever, that entire project will be handed over to the Dangriga Town Council. Now, there's a part that I didn't quite get among all the things that we talked about. And I did promise the mayor I will be back again very soon to follow up. Is that when this thing is all said and done, the mayor expressed that he wasn't sure, or he's not sure as to how many booths, how many spaces we will be getting. How many booths for artisans, how many booths for those who will have people like Wing Wing, people like Data, people like all of you who are maybe vendors like Katie, who they cook her food, like Bertis, but like Maluz, we have Letty, all right? We're not sure how many booths they will have out there for our people. Now, I wasn't clear on that because the gray area for me is when all that is said and done, it will be handed over to the Dangriga Town Council. So the gray area is it that all the booths, the spaces will be guaranteed for Dangriga people and will be controlled by the Dangriga Town Council? Or is it that out of 20 booths, out of 25 booths, 10 or 15 will be handed over to the Dangriga Town Council? And this sounds simple, this sounds easy to understand, but that's something we didn't agree on and wasn't clear. Now, the mayor also said that this project will be completed by end of July of this year. That's impressive, in my opinion. That's a good thing. So let's see. I mentioned the hotel that's here in this module. I asked the mayor who will be in charge of this hotel, who will be the owner of owners of this hotel. The mayor mentioned that this will be bid for, there will be a bidding, and whosoever. Now, that again, we need more clarity there. So I am giving you guys the general idea. It is going to be up to all of us to ask questions. I am here. I am your humble servant. If you have any particular question you have, send me a message. My intention moving forward is to make sure that we are honest, that we are transparent about Dangriga's progress, about the development, about the people's money. About why not? I just noticed someone, Brianna, mentioned about why not. Very, very good question, and thank you for that question. That will be clarified in my next meeting. Let me also share, most of the meeting, the time during my meeting, if you have been following through with Dangriga Unmuted with Obafu TV, you will know there were some occasions where I call out the mayor, right? I mentioned certain things, I demanded answers. So a lot of the time was spent between me and the mayor hashing out certain things and assuring each other, building trust. I said to the mayor, heart to heart, I said, my brother, I have lost trust in you. I know you might have lost trust in me. But right now, this day, we need to set aside our differences. We need to start to learn to trust each other again. And I said to the brother, I know that you have made some decisions because of your position in politics. And that has gotten me, that give me some reservation, right? It make me reserve, it make me step back and wonder and question certain things. But I must give him maximum respect for being the man he is, for being the mayor he is, for keeping his door open, for him to agree to find middle grounds and to respect each other, to give each other a chance to be honest and to be transparent with the people of Dangriga. Now to JT, to Commerce Bight. I want to go to my post that I shared on Facebook, because we misunderstand a lot of things. We get comments, people are commenting, people are lashing out. Let me make something unequivocally clear here. Let me make something clear. I am not Mr. Zabani's enemy. I am not the developer of Deepwater Port enemy. I don't wake up and decide to just pick on people. Most of us are getting it twisted. So I want to go to Facebook. For those of you who might not have read my article, I want to read it just to clear up some things. Okay? Some want to receive favors from boss. Some want to go to boss when the time to campaign. When you want campaign money. So somehow you have to secure on favors and on campaign money. I get that, okay? Bass support the blue, Bass support the red. Bass is a businessman. Let's not lose sight of that. With all the things that Bass does, with all the things he's involved in, some of which, a lot of which are not beneficial for Belize, not beneficial for Dangriga. Bass has to make sure that he gives to individuals to keep them quiet. This might be the last time on my show that I mention this man's name, because I don't have no personal issue against this brother. Dangriga is where I was born. Dangriga is where I was raised. I moved to the States, lived in the States for over 15 years, más o menos. I came back home and I fell in love with the culture capital all over again. And I saw some things happening here in Dangriga, where only certain people have certain privileges. I was once Basilio's friend. He once called me a good friend. I was a good friend when I go and I sit in the brother's office and we could have a conversation. I was a good friend when he support some of my initiatives and we shake hand and smile, and I give him credit for it. When I demanded answers for what took place at the entrance of Jetty, when that a canal was deliberately blacked out, allegedly I have to use, by the brother that I'm addressing right now. When I addressed that issue and I sat down in the brother's office, no progress was made. I called the brother, we met, he came to my residence. We went to that area together, he and I, in his vehicle. We had a heart-to-heart conversation. He took me, beat around the bush, carried me around circles, showed me nothing. Because of that, just that, I am no longer a friend of this brother. I don't feel like I had miss out. Now, I shared yesterday that the developer of Deepwater Port, Commerce Bight, met with Michael Ashcroft. And I received some not so favorable comments. That's okay. I expect it. This is what you get when you speak against the powers that be. This is what you get when you speak against any political force. If you are not concerned about what is happening in your town, I want to ask you, for those of you who commented unfavorably, you have a right to comment. You have a right to put me in check, so to speak, if you find good reasons to. I have absolutely no problem, no qualms with that. Some of you, hypocrites you are, who have my number, who know how to reach me, you will rather go on Facebook and post some unfavorable comments because you want to show partnership with an individual who has granted you favor or who you're going to need favor from again. Let's be clear. Let's be honest. Ashcroft is a shrewd businessman. Very smart. It is safe for me to assume that Ashcroft and the developer of Deepwater Port, they are not friends. It is safe for me to assume that. They're not in the same league. The developer of Deepwater Port, Southern Deepwater Port, needs investors. This man needs people to invest. He doesn't have the money for what he wants to build out there. his private meetings, they're none of my business. But I have the right to assume as a resident of Dangriga. The people of Dangriga have a right to assume and also question. The developer of Southern Deepwater Port, Basilo Zabane, I don't believe the man just gone pan Ashcraft yacht and have tea and coffee and invite Ashcraft for a weekend stay at Belizean Dreams. Ashcraft don't need that. So I'm curious. What could be discussed? I get it. That's the man business. But Jetty is my business too. Commerce Bight is my business. Some of my very own people, Garinago, have sold out Commerce Bight. The reason why Basilo Zabane have Commerce Bight right now is due to Louis Zabane and some of our own Garifuna people. I could call names, but I was sparing enough for now. I don't want to keep hammer on this person's name. And let's make something very clear. Dangriga people don't need to understand, not all Zabanese are the same. Not all Zabanese are greedy. Not all Zabanese are land grabbers. We might disagree on that. I am friends with some of them. Just like I used to be friends with Basilio. Let me go to my post and clarify some things here for some of you who want to play like you have no brain. And while I'm pulling this up, this will be the last time I will mention, well, it might not be the last, but like this will be the last time I will mention Basilo name, because Basilo don't want none issue for me. This man call out my name for Facebook. You're right here, so they listen to me live right now. You consider me irrelevant. You should get off your computer or your phone and just go do something else. I am not your enemy. I am not your enemy. I am a lover of Dangriga Town and I love the people of Dangriga. And you have been doing some bad businesses. You have been getting your way for so many years under the UDP government, under the PUP government, because you have a little bit of money. You buy land for dirt cheap. I can't fight with you about that. That my own people, where they suffer, we need the money. You do favors here and there. You give this one that, you give this one that. So people feel like you're the Baron Bliss of Belize, like how you call yourself. If you are the Baron Bliss of Dangriga, that is, if you are the Baron Bliss of Dangriga, come on, come sit with me on my live. Let's talk about what happened to that canal at the entrance of Jetty, which is our disagreement, our initial disagreement. Now, you confirm that you met with Ashcraft, that your business that. You said no mention of Commerce Bight was made. I will take your word for it. People at Dangriga want to remember this day. Basilio said, no mention of Commerce Bight was made. Don't you think that that's my business to know if Commerce Bight was mentioned? And if it was mentioned, don't you think it is my business, our business here in Dangriga, to know what was said about it if he talked to Ashcroft about it? The man done made a deal with this if he's not already still dealing with Rocha, the Mexican, the guy who, the criminal from Mexico. It amazed me how Dangriga people, we could just accept craziness in our town. It bothered me so much. It bothered me so much. This is a serious matter, and some of you will try to ignore it. Some of you will try to come with your political propaganda to make it seem like Cyril Uruwei just like problem. Here's my article, Beyond the Yacht. Did Commerce Bight come up in Ashcroft Zabani talks? Following a national television broadcast confirming that Tracy Panton, leader of the opposition, met with Lord Ashcroft aboard his yacht in Belize, new information has surfaced that suggests the meeting was not exclusive, meaning Basilio Zabani allegedly met with, well, I could say it now, because Bas confirmed it. He met with Ashcroft. Multiple reliable sources now indicate that Basilio Zabani also met with Lord Ashcroft on that same yacht. At this time, these reports remain, I could pass that because it has been confirmed. They raise legitimate questions that deserve straightforward answers, especially for the people of Dangriga. Please tell me where I go wrong. People of Dangriga, those of you on the live right now listening, I just want to clarify myself. Why the concern? Because of the ongoing conversation around the proposed southern deepwater port and developments tied to Commerce Bight here in Dangriga. Given Ashcroft's well-known role as an investor in large-scale projects, it is reasonable to ask whether these meetings involve discussion about investment interest connected to Commerce Bight or the jetty. We don't have a right to know that. The man could just say yes or no. Tell me where I'd go wrong. Now let's be clear. No allegation was made. All I was asking for is transparency. Transparency isn't an option. If Mr. Zabani did meet with Lord Ashcroft, which he did, he confirmed it, the people of Dangriga deserve to know. Was Commerce Bight discussed? The man say, you know, mention Commerce Bight. Fine. I'm getting to a point here before I close off. I want to make a point before I close off. Was the Southern Deepwater Port part of the conversation? If so, how specifically would such a project benefit Dangriga residents? That's all I want to know. Where did I go wrong? How will we benefit jobs, access, ownership, environmental protection? We need to know. Silence breeds speculation. Clarity builds trust. This moment calls for leadership that speaks plainly. If the meeting had nothing to do with Commerce Bight, then say so. The man say it had nothing to do with Commerce Bight. Cool. Clearly, say it clearly. And if it did, then the people of Dangriga deserve a full explanation of the vision, the safeguard, and benefits. Dangriga is not a footnote. It's our home. It's my home. It's your home for those of you who live here in Dangriga. Decisions that shape Dangriga's future must be discussed in the open. People of Dangriga, those of you live right now, where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? Now, I want to call out someone, but uno not worth it. We comment on this post. I would call your names, but you are insignificant. Some of you are seeking attention. Some of you want to hang on to the garment of Cyril Uruwei, Dangriga Unmuted, Obafu TV, to get on voices or face out. But do no groundwork on yourself. Where did I go wrong? You, right now, who commented on this post, you tell me, where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? Who's fighting for Dangriga? Who is fighting for Dangriga? Who is protecting Dangriga? Some of you, especially those of you who are politically affiliated, you need your campaign money. You need your favors from Basilio. All hypocrites. I'm cut from a different cloth. I could end this right now with Basilio. Be a fake individual, apologize to Basilio for what I've been doing, which was right all along. And me and Basilio could be cool once again. That's a fact. I walked away from favors. I don't need favors from Basilio. I come on here because I'm a lover of this town and these people here in Dangriga. So, please tell me, where did I go wrong in this article? Where did I go wrong? If Basilio is transparent as he said he is, the man bluffed in one of my live not too long ago in the comment and said, bring me on for my live, bring on for my live. I'm right here, brother. The invitation is open. You come. Come. Make we talk. Man to man. Make we talk. And if those of you, if you don't feel that Holy Ghost was a trick, that this man, the son of God, nobody not sue me, the allegations that they may want to take over Holy Ghost, put Holy Ghost probably where BDF compound or send Holy Ghost all the way to 6 miles or past 6 miles because they want a beachfront property. They are, man like, watch out. Uno continue sleep. Uno continue sleep. I might not have proof that Basilio talked about commerce Bight with Lord Ashcroft, but I have the right to speculate, knowing that Ashcroft is a shrewd businessman, knowing who Basilio is, the character that he has demonstrated. You will hear about yourself if you get anything from Basilio. If you start to talk against him, you are here by yourself. And he will quote it with sugar, with lies, sugar of lies too. Some of you, the man make you live in some of your properties, the house then where you got there. So you can't talk against the man. Some of you where they seek political office, you might need the man in the future. You can't talk against that. tell the truth. Read my article again. Read my article again. And uno tell me where I go run. If uno have no concerns about commerce Bight, uno listen to what Perifeet say in the House of the Senate. If the developer can't find the money to develop whatever it is he wants to develop, we don't even know what the man want to develop yet. We don't know what they're out there. We don't know who will manage it. We don't know how we will profit from it. If the developer can't find the money or can't pay back, and these investors, whoever they are, be it Ashcraft, be it Rocha, be it any one of them who invests and Basilo can't pay or find the money, they could come and take over this project. We did talk about a port of entry. We did talk about bringing in the possibility of bringing in drugs into Dangriga. You know what it is to manage a port? I was supposed to share the advantages of having a port here in Dangriga. A document that my brother Jerry Enriquez shared with me. I won't have time to do it tonight, but I will review it again. I have another individual, one of our elders, who want to join me on my live very, very soon, who have really deep information about this sport. We have been selling out our people for so long. We have been so complacent for so long. I have no intention to hold any argument or back and forth with any of you. I hope that the UDP probably gets some genuine people, some real fighters. Because right now, this is my message to you, fellow UDP members. The people in our top, especially those in Belize City, they're not impressed by your selection at the moment. I know that for a fact. They're not impressed. What are you guys doing here in Dangriga? Help me put it on the table, bring awareness for it. I saw on a UDP page for Dangriga, it's just one person's face as a profile. Don't do that. I'm giving you an advice. Take your face off of that UDP thing and put a group picture. Be for the people. This is my advice to you. Start do the work. Don't go and comment on somebody else's comment. You go and put your comment and say exactly how you feel about what Cyril Uruwei is saying. I have no intention, no inclination whatsoever to be anybody's enemy or to divide or fight with anybody. I have had my differences with the mayor, and we might probably continue having differences, but I will continue going to town hall and sit with the brother and make sure that we deal with things in an honest fashion and transparent fashion. And any of you out there, be it UDP or PUP, especially those of you who know me and who have my number, you can call me. I have been forthright with most of you. I don't like hypocrisy. I don't like dishonesty. I could have been Basilo's friend right now, today. But Basilo can't afford me. Could have never. Because the cost for King Cyril Uruwei is transparency, honesty, love for tongue. You have that, we could be the best of friends. But as of now, no Oguri. Come on. Municipal election is approaching. The mayor said he might not run up, he might. Who's going to be the next mayor of Dangriga? Who's going to be the next mayor of Dangriga? Why don't we come together, all of us? All of we're not the inner party right now. I don't got no qualms with anyone I don't know, but we seem to have issues with King Cyril. Why don't we come together, put a list of things that need to be addressed here in Dangriga? Make we have a meeting, but we don't know what do that. Because it have to be about UDP, or it have to be about PUP, and it have to be against King Cyril Uruwei. If we're not honest, let's sit down. Let us sit. Stop the try defend people where they favor for uno just because uno need their favor in the future. Uno tell me we're wrong with my article. What part of it? Be specific. Two major businessmen meeting in private when a development is at hand. Commerce Bight. That for the public. That the Carib Reserve. And for your information, for those of you, what we know as Commerce Bight right now, that less than 20 acres, the last time I checked. One of my elders have informed me Commerce Bight was once close to or over 100 acres. You know where the rest of the land gone? We are sleeping. We are sleeping. And they defend these people where have we, you know what my problem? I can't stand people who want way more than what they need and give to people way less than what they need. They don't even give you the balance. They're just to balance out. They want to take way more than what they need. And you all expect me to be quiet. Come on.
It's so hard for us to word about. If, for example, Uruwei is onto something, there is somebody, again, along with the corruption thing again, there is somebody who it is not convenient to follow that. So they're going to fight against you because they want to align themselves with somebody who they are benefiting from. So one of the things that we have to do as a people is to learn to be selfless in our efforts at achieving total goals for our people. We tend to be very individualistic.
Dollar for dollar, the best port, natural port in the country is right here at Commerce Bight, and something has to be done for the people of Dangriga to benefit more from that port.
We leave the doors to our communities wide open to exploitation, wide open to neglect, wide open to disrespect, expecting that somebody will come and do what needs to be done for us.
Commerce Bight. That's one of our biggest issues as far as economically in downtown. The problem is that those people in high offices in this country, they are not accountable to us. Everybody the hustle, guess who not the hustle? We. It's like a communist system where you keep the vast majority of people poor, so they always want.
It's so hard for us to word about. If, for example, Uruwei is onto something, there is somebody, again, along with the corruption thing.
I want to thank each and every one of you for your comment. Those of you who are in support of the truth that I speak. Those of you who have the decency, the respect, and the bravery to call me, inbox me, message me when you disagree. This is a war. We've been warring against ourselves. We've been fighting against ourselves for too long. We have enabled our political masters. We have made them brazen, brave to engage in corrupt acts against us. Look at Jerry Enriquez fighting for redistricting. The government of Belize, the PUP administration, has spent thousands of dollars fighting against Jerry Enriquez for taking the government to court because of malapportioned district, because of poor representation in the South. Will your era representative speak on that? Will your era representative tell the prime ministers, we're not going to have this? They can't, because it is party over people. I don't come on here to be liked. I don't come on here for views, for likes. I come on here because I sincerely want change for my tongue, for my country. I come on here knowing the risks. I come on here knowing what comes with this territory, speaking truth to power. Why don't you all join me in speaking truth to power? Be honest. I have exceeded my time. Folks, I understand I do get passionate. I do get passionate because I love this song so much. I have no problem with any of you. Anyone who want to sit with me and talk and hash things out and bring peace, unity. Make we come together and fight against this corrupt system, whosoever they engage in the corruption. Nagairale, this is my tongue. He setting, I love this tongue. Ya Nagri Yehowa, this is where I was born. Ya Banowe, this is where I will die. And if they know ya are dead, they will bring me back here. This is Dangriga Unmuted. I will continue to unmute the truth. I will continue to demand change, no matter of who, be it from the UDP or the PUP or any other individual who don't have Dangriga's best interests at heart. My brothers and sisters, I thank you, all of you, for your support. Thank you for showing up. Stay connected. I won't stop. No matter what, I will not stop. Bandi Isini. Inebese.